Hi, welcome to this episode of Industry Voice. Today I have Greg Mallin on
Yes.
this podcast episode. I'm glad to introduce him to you guys, and we're going to talk about his story and also Agave Pay. So we're going to talk about the trend of the industry here, and one thing we can address is what Agave Pay does, and also the whole industry of payment and how it's going from traditional payment to technology payment these days in the insurance industry. So I reached out to Greg and said, "Hey, would you want to jump on podcast?" And he was like, "Let's go." So here we are. Greg, how are you today?
Doing well, thank you. Good to see you, Jeff.
Great to see you. And if you can you give our audience a little bit about your background? How did you end up in the world of insurance?
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny how things work. I personally am been a payments professional executive for, I don't know if I want to mention the years as it puts, the gray might give it away a little bit, but it's been at least 25 years now and began with what was then HRSI or HSBC card issuance for private label credit cards as well as co-brand. They are now Capital One through many acquisitions over the years. That's how I cut my teeth into the payments world, beginning on the issuing side and the front end of this business. From there, I made some transitions to opportunities in the same, moving on to Transamerica that needed to add a B2C solution for their end users. They had everything in the financial lending space from raw materials up to the floor planning. So we had to create an entire consumer finance with revolving and installment lending, built a team there. And that was acquired by Aegon, which was large out of The Hague with insurance and wanted to put a footprint in the US. Given the Transamerica building is an icon out there in the west coast of San Francisco, and they made that purchase. GE had purchased the portfolio we built at Transamerica and continued to do co-brand and private label credit, providing those solutions out to the industry, anything from OEMs to retailers. And that journey took me to the next level of it. And we're building kind of a 360 view of the payments world with MasterCard. And MasterCard was managing the issuing banks and bringing new solutions and technologies into their business as well as their clients. Um, and when I made the transition out, moving to the West here in Scottsdale, I was able to get into the processing side. I was an emerging markets leader at a past company here in Scottsdale as well that is now owned by Repay, and started looking at emerging markets and doing study and research intel around that marketplace and fell into insurance, surprisingly enough, and saw that that marketplace had a couple competitors, a couple folks in there providing solutions, and said, "Hey, look, this looks like a pretty good marketplace." I mean, when you look at the amount of premium, and I mean, your trillions of dollars overall, let alone just the E&S segment that has more of your agency bill. And there was a lot of paper flowing through there, very few solutions in order to process these payments for the organizations in insurance. Just through chance meetings, I ran into Agave, which at that time was known as Intrix, and they had a full proprietary platform and solution, as well as merchant service relationships pre-existing. When my partner and I had discovered the opportunity of this platform fit perfectly into the insurance world, we had done the pre-work and the research to understand the industry better and the needs. When you look at insurance, we see a lot of checks, 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 checks. It tended to be archaic. Cash flow was critical. Workflows and streamlining those were critical and had opportunity for enhancement. I've been at Agave now 6 years, and when we entered, we refocused the energy and the solution around the insurance to make it specific and accommodating to capture the information, the data, the payments, make sure the reporting, all that goes into the payment structure, and providing a solution that enhances and creates more efficiency within the agencies, MGAs, and carriers alike, also in a cost-effective manner. So having the knowledge from the past of working with, the other portions of that 360 view I speak of, and understanding the pricing, how we can be more creative, bring fee programs into the marketplace. And again, some of these did exist before our entry. And then just make this a better experience from insured all the way to carrier and anybody in between, your MGAs, your agencies, your brokers, and make that experience simple, clean, easy. Simple goals at the beginning: increase your cash flow, streamline your workflows, and then produce excellent data reconciliation for the back offices, and provide that efficiency throughout an agency, as well as making it simple for an insured or anyone making their payments. Simple, easy, and quick, and keeping the focus for all of those businesses and insurance on their goals of selling premium, providing coverages for individuals, and focus on what they need to do. It was a little long-winded. I hope, Jeff, it wasn't too much.
No, it wasn't. So a lot of questions.
Excellent.
Because I'm not as well versed in this segment as I should be. So how much money are we talking about in this industry of third-party payments?
Oh man, I think E&S alone, an agency bill, is somewhere in the 40 billion segment just for that portion. And when you look insurance as a whole, again, you're looking at trillions of dollars in here, because just look at all the coverage out there, from personal health care all the way through to B2B. My numbers are maybe a little ambiguous, but I'm pretty well focused on that number as far as accuracy. But it's an extremely large opportunity for the insurance world.
And are you guys in both handling payments and also handling premium financing?
We are specific to we're specific to payments at this present time, though we do have relationships with some premium finance organizations as we look to streamline those processes go forward. That's a trend, Jeff, a good mention on that we're seeing throughout other providers in the industry, and an opportunity for agencies to become more efficient in that manner. So it does help streamline. We have as I mentioned, a couple partners that we work with, as well as one that provides captive premium finance options for MGAs and large agencies. It's personal choice at that point, right? What works best for your business, be it MGA, agency, carrier.
Yeah. What percentage of your business would you say is in the world of E&S versus commercial, let's just say commercial trucking?
So all those segments,
how would you break down your specialty breakdown?
Yeah. We go anything in the E&S realm, anything that requires a payment coming through at any of those distribution points, carrier down to agent even. You'll see a lot of these smaller agencies still need the ability to capture payments for the commercial/E&S side. Anything agency bill. The segments within that E&S and agency bill range, transportation. We have a very heavy concentration there, surety bonds. When you look at the premium amount or down payment amount that's being taken by those businesses, that'll dictate the type of, the method that generally is used, be it a credit card or an ACH. It's providing those options to those individuals to make it simple and easy to collect.
When you guys enter the space, what did you notice about the space that made you guys say, hey, we can disrupt the space, we can create a marketplace for ourselves and pathway to revenue? Thank you for watching this video. Now a quick message from our sponsor, Mav.
Thanks, Jeff. I want to let you all in on a secret that top producing agencies don't want you to know about. If you're in P&C insurance, you know firsthand how much you're getting squeezed by your call center. It's becoming less predictable and less economically profitable to scale. But here's the thing. The top producing agencies making over $100 million are not running their leads through a human-based call center. They're running them through an AI expert like Mav to qualify, quote, and hand deliver the highest intent qualified leads to your agents. Mav takes care of the back and forth, having unlimited 24/7 conversations with your leads that are personal and relevant so you can scale to the moon. Ready to ditch your call center and 10x your agency? We're giving the listeners of InsureTech's $15,000 worth of credit to try Mav. Head to hiremav.com/insuretex to claim this offer.
Yes, that's a great question. I mean, there were already some pre-existing providers in there. You know, everybody has a differentiator. We saw that our payment special expertise and specialization, all of our members come from the payment space. So first and foremost, we are payment professionals that focus specifically on insurance. As I mentioned, I've been in this a long time. The partner has been in it 20 years. We have 15 to 20 from the development side in payments, and understanding those workflows and saying, hey, we saw some of that, which we can create a little more streamlined experience. I think that given the size of this industry and the pre-existing competitors within it, left us opportunity to bring our expertise into this marketplace and continually to differentiate through creativity, leveraging our knowledge base. Deloitte did a study on payments and the insurance industry, and it's a little self-serving for all of us payment folks, and said everyone should take a look at the model of how an Amazon leverages payment solutions and how some of these shopping carts, and that the payment industry really had a strong grasp on how workflows and efficiencies to capture those payments quickly and easily, as well as report back. And, you know, it can't just stop there. There's information that needs to be taken and reported back. So the reconciliation becomes easy in the back office, and it's a complete streamlined experience. And Deloitte saying it was a good recommendation for us. And as I mentioned, I smile a little bit because it is helping all the folks that are providing solutions. But they said these organizations model that type of workflow, take a look at that efficiency, and apply it to our business here in insurance.
Now come the tech part, because insurance is always not known for tech. And
I sorry to interrupt, Jeff. That's exactly another point that we felt comfortable entering this industry, is that it is, and no disparaging words meant here, but it's archaic to some extent, and it's always been a check driven business, and that also just begs itself in today's environment as we see the evolution and innovation of technology being applied in places we had never thought in the past. It really opened the opportunity up to enter this market.
How are you guys growing your footprint?
So pretty simple approach. I mean, let's get out there. It's a relationship business at the end of the day. Insurance has always been that way. That's one thing that's been consistent throughout their lifespan in business. Get out in front of the folks. So we get in the trenches, all of us get out, meet the agencies, participate in associations, participate in conferences, create excellent channel partners. There's a lot of opportunities, and one place is that it extends that efficiency is with our management platform programs, the folks like Vertifor, NowCerts, HawkSoft, Applied. If you look at the development and innovation taking place in all of those, consistently adding opportunities, including payments, to become a more streamlined and effective solution for all the agencies, MGAs, and carriers.
Where do you think a year from now, when we have another podcast?
That's a great question. I mean, let's prognosticate a little bit out there. I mean, AI coming into the world, I mean, it's a hot topic right now. Everywhere
Yeah.
we're going in our conferences, ITC, and a lot of these associations, that seems to be the number one topic. I think it's getting our arms around exactly what that is, defining AI to be able to apply it into insurance. I've heard some really great feedback and use cases from agencies and MGAs out there that I've spoken with of how they're leveraging it to create lead gen. Will payments enter into that marketplace? I would assume yes. We already look at those type of engagements. I think it's finding critical partnerships that can create, more opportunity for everybody that is providing coverages. I think we'll continue on to see connectivity between, as you mentioned, premium finance. One thing I would hope to see and look to see is more accounting platforms on the back end. It seems to be, in my conversations, a big hole in an opportunity. And how we can help to, streamline that and provide the data and the integrity along with it will definitely be helpful in making that successful.
Let's talk about that for a second, because that is a huge pain
Yes.
for most agents. Are you guys just working with agents? Do you guys also work with like MGAs?
Yes.
Yep, I'm assuming.
Yes, we go
right?
through the entire value chain. I mean, we have carriers, we have MGAs, wholesalers, and agencies. Absolutely. Each one requires a little different use case, and each one has a different pain point, if you will, or need or efficiency within it, depending how they're engaging. Not only, carrier, you're engaging agents, just captive agents, then you have your brokers out there that are doing multiple lines. So each one has a specific need that they need to enhance. I find carriers to maybe be a little more behind some of the other technologies, but they're definitely becoming more active and engaging in that at a much faster clip in order to create those greater efficiencies. We see claims go up, price of premiums go up, and that's taking a drain on a lot of these carriers. So they're now reviewing, finding opportunities where you can reallocate resources that create more efficiency for cost savings, as well as what is the cost of my processing for all these premiums? Am I providing the right way to do it? Am I making it efficient and cost effective for us, given some of the outpour of cash that they're having to put out now with, look at all the hurricane impact that we're going through. So that's driving claims up. Deductibles become higher. Those payments are going to start accelerating. We have to make that simple and easy.
One of the number one feedback I was getting, top three feedback I was getting at ITC about how AI can play a bigger factor, but the challenge that AI can play a bigger factor is unstructured data. So one of the biggest thing of unstructured data in insurance brokers world is accounting.
Yep, you are correct.
And also like how there's such a lack of cooperation and collaboration of partnerships between CRM software companies and carriers, and then agents are just always having to put puzzles together. Like it's constantly a puzzle, trying to chase this puzzle, trying to chase that puzzle, and then trying to build a full picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, where we look at it, so in any type of payment solution, this goes back to that study Deloitte and saying, hey, model yourself after a lot of these payment companies. Is we can collect, as much data that we can pull in from any partner. We have the ability, at least here at Agave, can speak for, because it is a proprietary platform and we manage that here, is we can slice and dice that data any which way the client or prospect may be looking to engage it and leverage it and feed it back into another platform. To your point, it's getting that partnership on the back end to streamline that, right? And right now it's a lot of manual or an extra step process, and it's feeding one piece of that information into that next platform smoothly. So it's a seamless engagement and experience for all that are utilizing that solution. It continues to be something that's explored, and that's something I think will definitely make a change, at least in my conversations. I just attended target markets, and that came up a lot as well here. So that's the MGA carrier set, majority of them. And they're all looking for that type of solution as well. It's like, what can we do on the accounting side? We hear QuickBooks a lot of being utilized, but I'm not sure that's the best. Not an accounting expert or a solution on that, but just from the feedback I hear, it tends that there is definitely upgrade opportunity available in there. We look to say, how can we take all the information that we've captured through rate, quote, bind, pay, issue? How do we take all of that? Because we can capture that and provide that. That's valuable. And it's anything that you want to be captured, we can definitely slice and dice and provide that back to you for making sure you streamline it. And integrity on the back end is the other thing that I hear is we get information, but it's partial. And now I have to go to another system to pull up additional info and data to complete the process of reconciliation. So there's work to be done of creating a singular solution and streamlining it. I mean, you hear that word, I use it a lot, and it is about streamlining workflows. And that's where our payment experience definitely comes into play of understanding those workflows through many different businesses and being able to communicate that to our new customers and clients here in insurance.
And then the other challenge I hear is the speed of notification, and the agent get notified in a very delayed time manner. And the policy get canceled, or they don't have enough time to chase the customer before it gets canceled. How are you guys working on that? Thank you for all your support to our channel. Here's a quick word from our sponsor. Please click on the link below in the comment section to sign up for a demo with Track AI.
What if your insurance sales conversations could work harder for you? Meet Track, your AI-powered conversation intelligence partner. Track automatically captures and analyzes every customer interaction, providing instant call summaries, risk analysis, and AI-driven coaching insights. Say goodbye to manual note-taking and hello to more selling time. Track handles the admin work while you handle the revenue. Fully integrated with your favorite platforms. Plus, get custom AI analysis tailored to your unique business needs. Transform your sales team's performance with Track. Visit track.ai today.
Click the link in the description below to schedule a demo with Track today.
Excellent. Just had this conversation yesterday, and I'm not saying that for this.
Because I've been in this shoes many times, so I have to ask the question.
That's a great one, Jeff. And I was just talking about that with somebody yesterday. And there are technologies, and some of our clients have actually developed their own solutions of automating renewal and cancellation. AI is something that you'll want. That's where this can come into play, is the ability to recognize that these individuals may be late pays, cancellations. We can identify those segments and those points. And we're actually meeting with some folks to discuss how we can help accommodate that. That's one that is definitely in development. Some have created actual software that'll automatically push out notification to those insureds saying your policy needs to be renewed by 12/1. And here's a payment opportunity built already within it. This will make it smooth and easy for individuals to make that renewal. They get ahead of the cancellations or late pays with that type of technology. That's about data as well, right? Who's more apt to perform slowly or accommodates the renewals quickly, and they can save on resources. One client has a program in which he goes and sends all those emails for renewals and cancellations, and was able to repurpose the individual that he was spending, I'm using an arbitrary number, $60,000 to $70,000 a year, and repurpose them towards sales and revenue generating opportunities, and automated his renewal and cancellation process. So that was pretty exciting, and we partnered with them, try to bring that to the masses and include the payment opportunity to make that experience simple and easy.
I think it's almost like you guys can offer additional white glove service running through VAs or an AI agent just to do all the payment chasing notifications. And even one step further, just offer to all the premium financing companies, because their focus of their business is financing money. Their focus of their business is not good at taking payments and notifying the agents. And you probably can take over the entire premium financing industry because they're all very bad at this.
Yeah, I mean, I think we hit on two spots that will be in development, to your earlier question about in a year from now. I think we'll see more solutions focused on that, and I think AI will play a role in it. I mean, obviously, I've already heard some feedback of folks trying to first get their handle around what is AI and how do I apply it. Once I can understand it fully and apply it, now I can take and focus it on my cancellation and renewals. I mean, that's a key part. How much revenue is lost at that point? How much can be regained? How much, slow that drip of loss and cancellation there. And that kind of goes hand in hand again with if you're capturing that data, now you can leverage that data through the cancellation renewal policy, apply it perhaps somewhere in the accounting side as well, and capture that and feed it. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of going on a limb there with that one, just trying to understand how those workflows can have connectivity.
I mean, especially nowadays, like AI agents can perform 40 languages.
Yeah.
So we have immigrants in this country, right? So sometimes it does help just getting additional payment online.
I agree 100% with that. So given some of our clients in the California, and even I'm from Chicago originally, and it's a very diverse ethnicities within even neighborhoods. And we find a lot of our agencies to be very specific to their ethnicity and their cultural backgrounds and help
Yeah.
their communities with insurance coverages of the sort. So having this type of ability to communicate in their language is critical. It's
Yeah.
critical for them to do that. And we have to adapt to that as well and understand that needs are different across different neighborhoods, countries, states, etc.
Anything else new coming down the pipeline that you think whether it's Agave Pay or the entire industry that should be noticing and pay attention to?
I think it's AI again, and I'm cautiously optimistic. That's just my nature. But I think that's where can we leverage that? That's the things that are in exploration. Again, you mentioned this throughout, is those critical partnerships, where we see a lot of things. Just add a piece on top of this platform on top. I think we'll look at opportunities to streamline that. I see a lot of proprietary platforms at all levels, from carrier down to agencies, creating their own and finding ways to streamline that. And we'll probably see more of that. What the success level is, we don't see as many entering the marketplace yet, but I think we're going to slowly start seeing that as technology becomes a more active role as it did, as it was in the past with the insurance world. So it'll continue to evolve. The other things I see as trending is it can be a generational business, whereas families run many of these agencies. And now the next level are millennials and Gen X, Gen Z. They're all taking over, more technology driven. So we'll have to be at the forefront of that in order to provide those solutions for the new wave of insurance executives and participants and business owners.
That's very interesting. So I have some ideas. Maybe I drop it to you offline.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to continue the dialogue. These kind of things are important. And again, I'm thinking off the cuff here a little bit, so pardon me if some of my numbers might be askew. But I think the general message is, hey, look, let's find ways to bring this into the next level of technology here. Let's help make this industry stronger, better, make it easier for all of our partners, carrier to agency. That's what we do best here, is really dig into your workflows and look and identify where certain points can be eliminated and get that manual effort out and let everyone focus on what they do best. And that's providing coverages for the people out in this country, right?
Yeah.
Sounded a little political when I threw that out there, but
Make payment great again.
But it's a critical part of it. It really has. And we've seen others in there really bring that to the forefront. And we're seeing more creativity and innovation. And that competition creates that. And the ones to benefit are carrier to agency, right? It's good to have multiple players out there looking at things from different perspectives and bringing value. I preach value. I mean, yes, cost efficiency is important. There are a lot of changes in payments. Visa, MasterCard, this is something I may have overlooked. We're a Visa partner, and given our
Bitcoin.
backgrounds as well, they're
Bitcoin
changing
made
the
some
land.
noise with Visa.
Yeah, I mean, they identify insurance as an emerging market, but they look at the payment plans, the fee programs, and are beginning, due to some other folks in the industry, restaurants were the biggest offenders of, surcharging. And now you're seeing caps and limits on those fees. We stay at the forefront of that and work with each compliance teams at the respective businesses for our clients and prospects, and can help guide that process to be comfortable that you're not exposed in any way and your insurer is getting the best experience. Because often I hear in the marketplace, well, this is great for your agency. Well, what about that insured? That insured is the lifeline of that agency. How do we make their experience equally as enjoyable? We see a lot of fee programs. How can we make sure we limit and don't impact that as much, as well as not impacting the commissions? That's
Mhm.
where the money's made. So we look at those opportunities by staying in touch with our partnerships with Visa and MasterCard and understanding where they're moving in the future as well. So that gives
Yeah.
us a great lifeline to bring new innovation into the insurance marketplace.
Yeah. All well said. Well, Greg, looking forward to have you back on. Maybe we jump on a year from now and see how different the payment world changes. And maybe you guys have some new product drop. But thank you very much for attending this episode. And I look forward to chatting with you more.
And thank you, Jeff, for having me and reaching out. I greatly appreciate it and look forward to working with you more.
All right. Have a good one.